With an estimated 19.9 million survivors, Nigeria accounts for the third highest number of women and girls who have undergone female genital mutilation (FGM) globally. So says the United Nations Children's Fund (UNICEF). It noted that the prevalence of FGM is highest in the southeast with 35% and southwest 30% and lowest in the northeast 6%. In this report, Clearview TV's Florence Joshua was on the streets of Abuja City to ascertain the level of awareness among Nigerians on the negative effects of female genital mutilations.
Female genital mutilation (FGM) comprises all procedures that involve the partial or total removal of the external female genital. The age-long practice of FGM has in recent times been criticized as inhumane. With growing awareness, the practice of female genital mutilation has been outlawed by a number of countries and recognized internationally as a violation of human rights of the girl, child, and woman. A recent study shows that Nigeria rank high in FGM practice, with states like Borno, Imo, Osun, Ebonyi, Cross River, and Benue leading the pack.
So some people believe that if their female son is not circumcised, some people believe that they say he may be looking for men too much. So that's why some people still believe. And some will say if they don't do it, maybe she will not be performing well as a woman.
It's good because of sexual intercourse. The lady cannot be the sexy all the time.
In the advantage in the long way, I hope it will be good. It will help to control women, as it will help for women to control themselves.
Some of the consequences of this long-age practice include severe pains, urinary tract infection, wound healing problems, genital shock, and sometimes death. Long-term effects also include urinary tract infection, vaginal problems which includes discharge, itching, and bacterial vaginosis, painful menstruation, painful intercourse, decreased satisfaction, increase in risk of childbirth complication, psychological problems including depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder, low self-esteem.
It leads to these urinary tract infections which affect women, especially at the tender age. It also causes this infection because the place is open and the infection can easily enter through that opening. A woman will not have too much urge, no matter how the husband try.
It has effect on the person concerned, particularly when it comes to what may be childbearing. We were told or learned that place when it got healed, so it cannot expand as God made it to expand.
Recall that in May 2015, the then President Goodluck Jonathan signed a federal law banning FGM in Nigeria. Though the practice has declined, activists and scholars say a cultural shift is necessary to abolish the practice, which still exists in some parts of Nigeria communities. Florence Joshua, reporting for Clearview Television.
Terrorists in Zamfara and Sokoto are currently levying villagers as much as 20 million naira and attacking some communities for defaulting in paying such levies. This development has generated reactions among Nigerians as they question the stance of government, especially as the negative trend contributes to the rising cost of food items in the market. Clearview TV's Imefonokon, who sampled opinions of Abuja residents on development, tells us more.
The Senate last year received reports of bandits taking over villages in Sokoto and Zamfara states, killing many and leaving residents before they can access their farmlands. Senator Ibrahim Kobiru, while drawing the attention of the upper chamber on the incident through a point of order during plenary, said residents of 7 villages within some local government areas of Sokoto State are now compelled by bandits to pay levies of between 1 million and 20 million naira. And in Zamfara State, the brutal outlaws had imposed levies of 3 million naira each on 13 communities. Reacting to the bandits' activities, Some Nigerians have expressed deep concerns as the action has contributed to food shortages and displacement of people from their localities.
It wasn't like this a few years back. The current farmers challenge we're having now is caused by some group of people that thinks that they are being cheated. And the government know what to do, but they are silent about it. Look at how the populace are suffering. And up to this moment, the headers have started giving levy on farmers. Before you go to uproot your crops or you go to harvest your crops, you must pay so amount of levy, and they're imposing that. That is why food is very scarce now, and cost of things are very high.
Within Abuja environs, you see most of them, if you ask them, they'll tell you they're either from Sokoto, from Zamfara. They're either doing Okada. If you ask them what happened, they will tell you they can't go to farm anymore. So it affects the community of the whole entire state.
So, what do you think needs to be done to protect indigenes of Zamfara and Sokoto states?
Some of them are political touts. Maybe they use them during politics and they dump them. They could not secure anything for them. So what is left for them is to carry arm and be moving around. So I think the politicians have to do more in order to create awareness of some of these touts after using them for politics.
And the government need to look into this. I think it's beyond just mere saying something on the television, on the radio. They should come to dialogue. Government should come to that. They know what these people want. These people, we know them, and they know what they want.
The way out is not difficult. It depends on if we have good leaders and God-fearing people to dictate out where this security purpose is coming from.
There is a unit they call CID for police force. If you hand over this insecurity to them, I'm telling you, they'll give you result. But the issue is that if they discover who sponsor all this thing, would they implement it?
Reports have it that terrorists are now installing their own appointed village heads in some communities that have been overrun. There are reports that failure to meet the demands imposed by the bandits in the affected areas had led to killings, rape of women, adoption, and looting of the villagers of their valuables. The questions on the lips of many are, how did we get here, and what is the way out? Imefonukun, reporting for Clearview Television.
In other news, the chairman, chief executive of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired, has asked all tertiary institutions in Nigeria to make drug integrity tests an institutional policy for both new and returning students as part of efforts to fight the menace of drug abuse among Nigerian youths. In the light of this development, Clearview TV's Gloria Atta interacted with some Abuja residents on the streets on their thoughts on the level of effectiveness and compliance to the new initiative.
In Nigeria, the burden of drug abuse is on the rise and becoming a public health concern. A recent report by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, has shown that 40% of Nigerian youths between 18 and 35 years and 15% of Nigeria's total population are deeply involved in the abuse of drugs and other substances. Drug abuse has been a cause of many criminal offenses such as theft, burglary, sex work, and shoplifting. Chairman, Chief Executive of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired, while speaking at the launch of the Drug-Free University campaign on Wednesday, February 9, at the University of Abuja, asked all tertiary institutions in Nigeria to make drug integrity tests an institutional policy for both new and returning students as part of efforts to fight the menace of drug abuse among Nigerian youths. The news has been greeted with mixed reactions as some Nigerians who interacted with Clearview Television in Abuja lauded the latest development and are optimistic that it will help in reducing the menace of drug use among Nigeria's teeming youth population. Others, however, expressed concerns over issues such as compliance level among students and the sustainability of the initiative on a long-term basis. They therefore called on the government to intensify efforts to ensure its enforcement across different institutions in the country.
I feel now taking such measures around the schools, I think is a good move. I agree with him. So at least this will help in knowing who is coming in to the school to influence the younger ones.
University students like the thrill and the challenge, so it will not be a challenge of how can you take the drug and they will not catch you. So that will be another phase for them to deal with. It can work, let's say, the first, when it starts, so probably we get and stop in a particular game, but at a particular point it turns to a competition of who can cheat the test, not who is breaking the drugs. It will help, but it won't help in the long run if that's the only thing they plan on doing.
If government begin to do a test for all these children that want to enter school, it will reduce because everybody will stop to take that.
If government will do that, it will be okay so that the drugs will reduce, the abuse will reduce.
Some Nigerians also opine that the compulsory integrity drug tests in other institutions like marriage, politics will further curb the trend of drug abuse among Nigerians.
I don't think that government fit do all these things because if you do here, you not do here, the thing will still continue. If that is something that religions will put hands together, support government, it will work.
Whichever way he feels is better to fight this case, it's still a good move. School is better, among hospitals is better, among administrations establishment is better, even in the military too is better. So in the religious case it's also a good one, but we need to also learn among some advanced countries how they do it too.
The drug integrity test is anticipated to metamorphose into an anti-drug policy for all higher institutions of learning in Nigeria. It is expected to serve as an early detection tool to ascertain an individual's drug use status for appropriate intervention and timely treatment and care. Gloria Atta reporting for Clearview Television.
On a sad note, Nigerian veteran actor Romanus Amuta, popularly known as NATTY, is dead. According to reports, the movie veteran passed away on Wednesday after battling a protracted illness. NATTY, as he was fondly called, first worked with the Daily Times before joining the entertainment industry. He rose to stardom in the popular TV drama series New Masquerade. The show aired on the Nigerian Television Authority (NTA) from the 80s to the mid-90s. Until his death, NATTY was survived by a wife and 6 children. May his gentle soul rest in peace.